Not easy, but have a good go at that. Frustrating, because that obviously I've got a lounge sofa in the way as well, so I've got to give it a bit of a thump towards it. But really good exercise, good quick hands, and working on your volley and your reaction skills. So have fun with that one. Well done for Andy Murray, hopefully he'll be back soon. I'm not sure when, but obviously this, amongst all these horrible times, it's going to help Federer with his knee, and it's going to help Murray with his recovery, so it might allow them to have more of a comeback than they were hoping for. Okay, so now receiving skills, sending skills. I can go and get anybody to hit a tennis ball, okay, that's the sending aspect of it, but it's how well you look after and receive the oncoming ball which determines quality of contact point. Okay, so sending and receiving and contact points are what we're going to be focusing on now. So what is a good contact point? If I'm going to play tennis, we don't want the ball up here. This is where Nadal gets the ball up on everybody, especially on clay. This is tough. Okay, we want to work our socks off to try and get that ball between shoulder height and waist height. This is our window. Okay, you know, if you're a beginner, you're going to look at waist height and out in front of you. Okay, out in front is the key. All right, making sure you win that collision and you make sure that contact point is out in front of you. Obviously, the later you are, that will obviously dictate the power, the quality, and the direction of the ball that you're sending. Okay, so from that position, a contact point, we're going to just look at really easy. We're going to use what we've got at home. So I've got a bucket, okay, and all I'm going to do is I'm first of all just going to drop the ball out the bucket. I'm going to just try and catch it in the bucket after one bounce at waist height. So I'm happy with that. What's the problem with this one? Yeah, I didn't work with the ball. I rushed my contact. What's the problem with this one? I'm going to get away. Oh, 2 bounces in the catch. That's okay. No, it's not. Only 1 bounce in tennis. So you have to learn about that tracking idea of the ball. So waist height, catching on the bucket. Here we go. Waist height, out in front. Good. That's 1, 2. Excellent. I've got to work with the ball. I've got to work with it. Sometimes it might be a bit shorter. So I've got to move forwards to that ball and catch it. Sometimes it's going to push me a bit deeper. And that's going to allow me to catch it from here. Okay. From that bucket, quite a big area for the ball to land. You can then grab a cone if you're lucky enough to have a cone, or a bowl if it's plastic, and then just drop the ball out the cone, move your feet, and just learn about tracking of the ball. Learn about tracking of the ball, okay? Really important. All right, just understanding where that ball's going to land, and can I make that ball at shoulder width, arm's length away from the body, and getting that ball out in front. If I'm in that position, how many times do you see a tennis player set up in that position there? Now that left hand is almost kind of like their radar. It kind of gives them that kind of reference point. Go, right, if that ball is on the tips of my fingers, it's between waist and shoulder height, and it's out in front of me. Okay, if that ball arrives and it's inside my left arm, that's going to suggest the ball is late. That's going to influence the direction of the ball. Obviously, if it's too close to the body, my left arm will be able to tell me that quite early on. Okay, it's not a good position to be in, but a useful reference point. Using that left arm to just control the direction and where's that ball in relation to your body every time. Okay, now, so we looked at that contact point, but also we've got to look at how well we send and how well we receive from a tracking perspective. So this is a tracking skill. I've got an orange cone and I've got a red cone. Basically at the minute, rack it down, I'm going to throw the ball, or you can get your partner to throw the ball. That would probably be easier. Partner to throw the ball, and I've got to say the colour of where this ball's going to bounce closest to before it bounces, okay? So I'm going to throw it. Orange. Okay, so I'll move forward to the orange, then move back. Red. Good. Orange. Good, so I'll move forward. Orange. Red. Red. Good. Okay, then the progression from there, once you feel confident, Remember that you're still working at that contact point at waist height, between waist and shoulder, out in front of you, but you're looking at developing the same idea. So if you hit here, orange, red, orange, oh, that's a bit hard, red, good, red, orange, orange. So I can work orange, I can control the speed, red, it's going to push me back, red, I'm going to stay on red, then I'm going to go short to orange. Okay, I'm just going to try and build it from there, okay? For players who play the game a lot, obviously there's going to be moments where you can't move back far enough to get that ball at between waist and shoulder height when the ball's dropping. Obviously, because you were working with the bucket, the ball has been dropping into the bucket. Now, if Nadal's got the ball up here on you, that ball isn't dropping anytime soon. You're going to run out of space, or in my example, run out of kitchen. So the whole idea would be learning to take that ball on the rise. So as the ball bounces, the ball jumps up, and then the strike is made. To eliminate that ball getting higher and higher and higher, you're taking it on the rise nice and early. All right, Federer does this very well to eliminate Nadal's high rising ball. Okay, he has to take the ball on, especially on that single-handed backhand side. Obviously, the higher that ball goes on this side, the more he has to revert to defense and slice. So, taking the ball on the rise, we're not going to do much in here, but basically what we're going to try and create is we're going to try and really get the ball on the string where we want it as the ball rises up now, rather than when the ball falls. So what I'm going to do is I'm first of all going to put my racket down, I'm going to throw the ball, and I'm just going to try and get it there. I'm going to try and catch the ball on the rise. I don't want the ball to fall now. Right, good. So that's where I want to hit it. Yes, that's where I want to hit it here. Okay, so now we're not going to hit it because it's a little bit dangerous, it's a bit too quick. But I want you to try and catch the ball and the racket together now for me, okay? Or when you hit the ball on the rise. Here we go. On the rise. There, that's where it needs to be. Good, and again, on the rise, there, boom. Yes, I'm winning that collision, I'm moving back, on the rise, and there it is again. By working this, it gives you a clear image of where you are in relation to that oncoming ball, and obviously taking the ball on the rise will then take time away from your opponent and hopefully allow you to be more aggressive and assertive on the court. All right? All things to work on. That's a bit more progressive. Obviously the sending and receiving skill can work at any level, but obviously taking the ball on the rise is work on your ability to maintain your court position, not feeling like you're getting pushed back by Nadal with that heavy, heavy topspin, and then obviously therefore putting you and pushing you back behind the baseline for then your opponent to play a nice little drop shot out in front of you if you're 2 meters behind the baseline. Okay? Excellent. Home straight now, so we're just going to try and kind of still bring in the use of the racket and the ball, but we're going to bring in another racket now. Okay, so we're going to have 2 rackets. Obviously, if you haven't got 2 rackets each, share and give yourself like a little challenge and see how many times you can do these exercises, and then obviously use each other's equipment as best we can. So to begin with, just to get yourself practicing, just to get you more familiar with 2 rackets, just going to try and keep yourself rallying, and then you're just going to squeeze the cheese, okay? So you're going to come from here, and squeeze the cheese every time. 1, 2, 1, 2, and squeeze the cheese, okay? Then obviously you can work here against the wall, and then you got to try and squeeze the cheese against the wall. Yes, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze the cheese. Excellent, right, okay, so using 2 rackets, okay? Now, I'm going to find the space over here. This time, I'm just going to try to hit the ball to the wall. I'm just going to catch it, and then I'm going to change hands. I've got to catch it, okay? I'm going to squeeze in the cheese after every shot I hit. And I move around, squeeze the cheese. Love a bit of cheese on a pizza or a burger. Beauty. Okay, all right, so from that position, just try and link those areas here. And obviously, if you want to have a bit of fun, you can play a little rainbow to each other, like we did at stage 1 of this exercise workout. Okay, so 2 rackets. This time, from the idea of using 2, you're now going to try and climb the ladder with it, okay? So what's going to happen is you're going to go from here, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Obviously it's a confined space, so you're not going to go big swings. 4, but just have that nice control as you go. Here's 4, finish on 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? And you just can squeeze the cheese back together again from there, all right? So that's quite useful when trying to get another racket in, because obviously you're controlling what your right hand side is doing and also what your left hand side is doing, all right? Okay, we'll put this now down. I'm going to work on my forehand side. I'm going to just try and link in some movement with some ground strokes on the forehand and then some backhands, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to just work to the space, 1, 2. When I feel ready, I'm going to just get a bit closer and just try and control that volley as best I can, okay? A little bit of a close-up for you on this one. So I'm just working towards back to my favourite wall. Okay, and when I'm ready, I go in and just try and control that volley as best I can. And when I'm ready, I can just push the volley a bit harder, which pushes me back. Then I can control the exercise again to go back forward. And obviously, as I move forward, you need that grip change. So you go from a forehand to a volley. All right. So on the backhand side here, obviously I'm not going to do full swings. I'm just going to let the backhand come right up and through the ball. I'm going to control it, and then when I'm ready, I'm then going to do a volley from here. The chair's got in the way. Let's start again. Here we go, take 2, backhand, here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll come forward and volley. And just try and control, be nice and ready. Then go back again, backhand. It's difficult not to have a full swing, but I'm inside, I've got to be careful. Got to protect everything. Move forward, there's the backhand volley. Keeping that going. Right, okay, now, can we go forehand, backhand volley, backhand volley. No, we've got to start again. Here we go, ready, forehand, backhand volley, forehand volley, forehand, backhand volley, backhand volley. Tough. And again, ready, forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand, oh, backhand volley, forehand volley, forehand, backhand volley, forehand volley. So you can see within the space, you're moving around, you're energetic, you're trying to kind of adapt and adjust to whatever that ball is doing as it's arriving. Obviously your grip changes are important. Okay, so you've had a bit of racket work. You've linked together those little areas of 2 rackets, then to 1 racket, then ground strokes to volleys. These are all things you can do in these small, confined little spaces. Okay, last one for today. So what's going to happen is I'm just going to first of all do a quick footwork exercise with you. Then I'm going to do a racket ball skill exercise with you. And that's how we're going to finish. Okay, so I'm going to put my racket down. I've got a ball. Now, we did some toe taps, but this time the ball has to be bouncing, and you've got to use the soles of your trainers to rebound the ball back to the floor, almost like you're skipping right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Okay, so I'm just throw the ball up there. It's not easy, this one. You want to be on your toes nice and ready, okay? The ball bounces, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And the whole idea is to never stop moving. Okay, the more you can control this exercise, the better it's going to be for you. Okay, because it's not a case of hitting it down really hard, it's about controlling the movement with the ball and the movement with your feet. Okay, really, really important. That's a good one. And to finish off with, we're going to try and go from the top all the way down to the bottom, okay, on our ball skills. So I'm going to keep the ball on my strings. I'm going to get lower onto one knee. I'm going to get onto two knees. I'm going to get on my bum. I've got to try and keep this going. I've got to lay down, keeping that going from here. Then I've got to get back up again. I've got to go on two knees. Then I've got to go on one knee and stand up and keep it going from there.
Perfect.
All right. That is your last challenge for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. By all means, pause me. Have a go. Play me again. All right. And obviously, I might throw in another video depending on how long this madness goes on for. But yeah, get behind the NHS. Listen to all the advice being given. I know it's difficult for everyone. Please support GLK Academy's 24-hour marathon. Really good friend of mine and really good, obviously, for a really, really great cause. Protect our NHS, guys. Save lives. Stay at home. Much love.